Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Welcome back in the chemistry lecture of 11th science. Today we are going to see now the merits of Bohr atomic model. The merits of Bohr atomic model are: Bohr atomic model could explain the spectra of hydrogen and hydrogen-like ions, that is helium He plus, Li2 plus, Be3 plus, B4 plus. These all species having one electron in their orbit. So Bohr was only able to explain the spectra of the atom which contain only one electron. What do you mean by spectra? Hydrogen or any of the atomic species, when they are heated, it emits radiation. That radiation is recorded in the form of spectra and it gives its own light. Is said to be as a spectra. Every element has different spectral line. When they absorb the radiation, it emit different types of spectral line. So every element has a distinct spectral line. We'll see, for example, sodium. So the spectral line of sodium, you can see this blue line. Sodium atom has yellow spectral line for the sodium atom. And if you zoom it, you will be finding there are many lines under one line. So that was unable to explain by the Bohr. We will see another example of suppose if you zoom the aluminium one, see, you can see the aluminium. Every element has different type of spectra. Calcium, see, calcium has red spectra, orange, even green one. So that was unable to explain the Bohr. It could explain the stability of atom by proposing stationary orbit for the revolving electron. Because Rutherford says that the electron revolve in the orbit in the spiral path, but Rutherford says that the electron revolve in the stationary orbit. With respect to that statement, the stable atomic structure can be explained. The third point, it was able to calculate Rydberg constant value, which is in the good agreement with the experimental determined value. Rydberg value is nothing but the constant. This constant value has been given actually first by Balmer. When the electron excites from the higher energy level to the lower energy level, with respect to that, they have given a experimental determined value 10.9678 per centimeter. How to remember the value for R? Very easily, try to understand. 10.9.8.7.6 in the descending order. Then you have to rearrange 6, 7, 8. So it will be 6, 7, 8. So in this way you can remember the value for R as a Rydberg constant. The Bohr's energy equation could be applicable for hydrogen atom as well as the hydrogen-like atom with one electron in the outermost species. The formula for the energy of electron in the Bohr's orbit is given by minus 2 pi square me raised to 4 z cube upon n square h square. N is a orbit number, h is a Planck constant, m is a mass of electron, E is a charge on electron, z is a atomic number of element. En is a nth orbit, E is a energy. For hydrogen, if we substitute z equal to 1, we will get energy is equal to minus 2 pi square me raised to 4 upon n square h square. This formula is given by the Bohr for the energy of electron in the Bohr's orbit also, we can say. And when this all constant value, when it is substituted, it was found to be minus 21.72 into 10 raised to minus 12 upon n square erg per atom. If we convert erg into joule, we'll get 21.72 into 10 raised to minus 19. This is the formula for angular momentum of an electron. mvr is equal to nh upon 2 pi. And we substitute the value, then we can get an 313.6 upon n square kilocalorie per mole in terms of calorie. In terms of kilojoule, we get 1312 upon n square, that is energy of electron, that is 1312 joule per mole for hydrogen atom. Now this formula is given to understand the Rydberg constant, that is energy is inversely proportional to the square of this n is the orbit. It is also said to be as an principal quantum number, as the energy of an atom in the Bohr's ground state is, when we substitute the value, we'll get 2.18 into 10 raised to minus 18 ground state. As soon as the electron move away from the nucleus, the energy goes on decreasing. As we move far away from the nucleus, energy goes on increasing. As we move far away from the nucleus, energy goes on increasing. That is why minus 2.18 into 10 raised to minus 18 is in the first orbit, the energy of electron in the first orbit. E2 is equal to minus 0.545 into 10 raised to minus 18 energy in the next orbit, second orbit. Second energy level of first excited state. Now the radius of the orbit can also be calculated by the Bohr's equation. Now this radius equation and the energy equation, previously we have seen that formula we will study in the 12th physics, structure of atom. In that chapter you will be studying the detailed derivation about the energy of electron and the radius of electron. You will study in the question as energy of electron is directly proportional to the square of the principal quantum number. That 2-mark derivation in the 12th standard in physics. And one more derivation you will study, the radius of the Bohr's orbit is directly proportional to the square of the principal quantum number. Principal quantum number means orbit number. So this derivation you will study in 12th physics in the chapter structure of atom, that is R is equal to n square h square upon 4 pi square me square up z. For hydrogen atom we know very well that z equal to 1. If we substitute the value 0.592, because all constant value are given over here, and n is equal to number of orbit. So for first orbit we can put over here as a 1 square. This is Armstrong unit. Now for hydrogen like species, of course why z is in the denominator, because z is over here. For hydrogen we'll put z equal to 1, it will ultimately 0.529. The frequency of the line in the hydrogen spectra were calculated by using Bohr's equation and are found to be in the good agreement with the experimental value of the various spectral series. Now, what were the major demerits, or we can say drawback, of the Bohr's atomic model? Because of these demerits, the Bohr atomic theory was actually failed. Now let's see. Demerits or failure or limitation of the Bohr's model of an atom. It could not explain the spectra of multiple electron species, that is atom like helium, Li+, Be, Be2+, etc. Means other than hydrogen atom or hydrogen like atom. Other than hydrogen or hydrogen like atom, Bohr was unable to explain the spectra of that elements. It could not explain fine spectra of atom or ion. Existing spectrum were observed under high resolution spectrometer was found to contain lines split in known as a fine spectrum. Means from the far, if we see the spectra is one, if we go closer, if you zoom the one spectral line, it was found to be, it contain many spectral line. Means if I draw a line like this, so from far it is one, but you zoom it, when you zoom it, it will be finding that it has many spectral line. That was unable to explain by the Bohr. That means in the other word I can say the hyperfine structure of the spectra was unable to explain by the Bohr. It could not explain the Zeeman effect. Zeeman effect means a splitting of spectral line under the magnetic field. Means in place of when the magnetic field is placed in front of the spectra, it splits, the spectra splits. That is said to be as a Zeeman effect that was unable to explain by the Bohr. And Bohr also was unable to explain the Stark effect. What is Stark effect? The splitting of spectral line in the influence of strong electric field. Bohr's model could not explain the ability of an atom to form molecules by chemical bond. Chemical bonding was unable to explain by the Bohr. It could not explain the quantization of angular momentum of electron. That means En is equal to minus 2 pi square m e raised to 4 z cube upon n square h square. It is against to Heisenberg uncertainty principle. We will see what is Heisenberg uncertainty principle ahead. It is a flat model of atom that is two-dimensional. That means three-dimensional model was not explained by the Bohr. Thank you.